Hello guys, how are you? We're back and today we're gonna be drawing Travis Scott. He's a rapper. Somebody asked me to draw him, so we're gonna be drawing this fella. Okay, I already did the black ink. The boring part I already did. I also did already the areas we are coloring. Okay, I'll show you. You guys are listening to me, okay? The audio, I think it's working, and the image, you guys are what? Are you guys watching me? Correct? Okay. Any doubts? Any ideas? You can write in the comments. Help me do this live streaming, okay? I don't know much about Travis Scott. You guys also can write in the comments if you know details about his work, about his life. So what I did, I took a picture of him, I searched it on Google and Pinterest and took this image. Actually, I did this one. No, this one. This is the real image, the real photo. Perfect for the channel. As I mentioned before, always I search for pictures of focus on the face of the player, of the singer, the actor, whatever. It's a cool image, expression, cool. The details, looking directly to the camera, cool picture. Chest up, always without hands. I prefer without hands, and that's it. But my thumbnail for the YouTube channel. The channel thumbnail has a pattern that I like to always do the same thing, always in all thumbnails that I upload. The letters descend diagonally from the right to the left. And in this photo, his head would be exactly, I'll show you. Let's search my thumbnail here. No, my thumbnail is here. My thumbnail. Okay, this is the thumbnail. My thumbnail always has these letters diagonally from the top to bottom, from the right to the left. and I don't like to change that format. I don't like to change this frame, never. In all the videos the thumbnail is like this. But if when I choose a photo, when I choose an image to draw, I have to think about that. I have to think about how cool, how great will be his face below the letters. So what I did was invert the image so it would fit below the letters in the thumbnail. Okay. So what I did was invert. So I invert the image. You see? It fits better on this thumbnail. As he lowering his neck to the right, it fits better to the thumbnail. As YouTube thinks thumbnail is so important, we have to think about how it would fit in the frame. So I invert the image to this. Having done that, I needed to complete the shoulders. Okay. See? To compose the image within the frame. So this is the drawing. Cool. What else? To make the video more dynamic and entertaining, I've already drawn the black ink and the areas I wanted to color. The boring stuff I already did. Okay. I used the diagonal lasso. I selected the areas, choose the color, and paint it. I did that because I think it's takes too much time and ends up making the video boring. So first I did the base color, this brown color. Then I did the dark area around the eyes. Then the dark shadow on the face. And last but not least, the light reflecting on the left side here, on the right side, on the left side of him. Okay, I did the orange parts, the orange areas. and then the reflective. Okay, this color is just the base. It will change the color. We'll add the shadows and the lights, the highlights later. Okay. I did the lips. The upper lip always darker. The low lip always a bit lighter. See the areas. Then I did the hair. Also, this is just a base color. We'll add another colors later, shadows and lights. Okay, let's compare. Travis, there's a bunch of files here. Travis. Okay. Okay, that's the drawing. This time, I usually don't create lots of layers. Let me show you my layers here. Okay, you see how many layers I did this time? 12 layers. I usually don't do that much, but for the live streaming, this time I did that. For the hair I did a layer, for the shirt, for the necklace, for everything. For the base color, for the eye area, the shadow, the orange parts, and the light. We'll see how it works. For the lips, I did a layer for the lips. I usually don't do that, but for the video, for the live streaming, for the first time I'm doing that. Let's see how it works and see if it's better for you guys to understand. For in any doubt, you can write in the comments. Okay, let's start with the lips. I'm going to create another layer here. Let's dark this area. With the gradient tool, we gotta do some shadows in this corner. There's a problem in here. This is the one. There are so many colors in these lips. He has big lips and with freckles. How do you say? All those lines in his lips. But I won't do so many of them. Just a bit. Okay. You see, I selected what I wanted to fade. I wanted to fade the colors, right? So the dark color and the light color, I want to fade them. So I go to the gradient tool, to the lasso tool. I select the little area that I want to fade. I select the color that I want to fade into one another. Example, this one. Go to the gradient tool and fade the colors just a bit. That's the challenge of the drawing. Okay, to fade, I already selected the colors and now I want to fade them into one another. Just that. It's not that hard to understand, but there's a challenge to make it right, to make it in a good way, to make it real, to make it realistic to the drawing. You see there are so many colors in this lip. All those thin colors. Those pink. To make it more and more realistic, the right thing to do is to make all these little colors but for the video, for the YouTube channel, I'm not gonna do that. It's too much of details that it won't even show in the video. You see how many? Could be all day here doing that, and it won't show on the YouTube channel. Well, I forgot to do one thing that I usually do. To make it even better. I'll drag this drawing to another file, to a bigger one, with a bigger face. As I mentioned in the past live streaming, if I stretch this drawing, it will blow the lines. So it's better to drag to this bigger one that I did the bigger, and then I shrink. Here I just need the colors. So the black ink I can drag to the top and drag the colors below. Because I can stretch the colors, it doesn't matter if it's blown. with the arrows of your keyboard you can move the colors. I don't need this face, I don't need, so I'm gonna erase. I'll just leave the shoulders. Okay. So now I'm gonna flatten the layers and save one JPG file for the editing of the video, of the YouTube video. I'm gonna save 191, save, and then Ctrl Z to unflatten the layers. Go back to the layers and save as a PSD file. This one I can close. Okay. Okay, so I did the upper lip. I'm gonna save this lip too for the YouTube channel. $192. Then go back to the layers. Okay, let's do the lower lip. I'm gonna select all the lip. So the light is so strong in this corner and so dark in this corner. In the middle, red, 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 pink. So many colors on his lips. So I'm going to, with the eyedropper, pick the color, the right one that I want. I'm gonna choose this color, this red, dark red. Gradient tool. I'm gonna shadow the corner. I need more dark, so eyedropper again and select a darker kind of red. Just that. Okay. I'm gonna select another color, maybe this pink. Go back there and fade the colors into one another. Right? What I'll do now is select the areas that I want to emphasize, like these lights right here, and also here to the right. I'll go back there and I'm gonna put some light reflecting with the gradient tool, reflecting. It looks like it's wet, it's a bit wet on his lips. A bit here, a bit here, a bit here. I'm selecting and doing Control Delete on your keyboard. Maybe here's too bright, so I'm gonna dark this area. As a design, you have to compose your drawing, right? You look to the photo, you look at the drawing, you look to the photo again, you look to the drawing again, and start composing. It's so much dark in these corners, right? And in my drawing, it's not that dark. So I'm gonna do some serious dark in here. Almost black, even darker. I'm gonna do these scratches. I'm gonna put some white, real white, on his upper lip. White, 100% white. Here. half of his face is practically white. And that's why this picture is so cool. Half is dark, half is lighting up. And his lips are so big and so full of texture. It makes so cool in the drawing. Okay, let's save a one layer kind of file. 193. For my editing later on. Now I'm going to do the teeth. Darken with a type of green. In the corners, just a bit darker. In this corner. So we did the mouth, lips and teeth. Here, then here. I'm gonna shadow this inside area. Always select the area that you wanted to shadow, go to the gradient and shadow. Cool. Let's save another file. 194. Save. Okay, go back to the layers, save again. PSD file. PSD file is a file from the Photoshop. Let's do the chin now. So I select three colors this time. The dark one, the base color, and the light one. I'm gonna mix them together. You see how dark it is? But I'm not gonna do that kind of dark. I'm gonna dark the below his lip, his lower lip, and here on the down part of his chin. Are you guys getting the idea of how I do the selection thing? With time, you get used to it. There are some other tools to do that. But I prefer doing this way. As I always mention, this is not the right way, this is not the wrong way. It's just a Photoshop is just a tool like any other tool to draw. To make a drawing, I'm not here to say this is the right way or the wrong way. It's just the way I did. It's just the way I usually do my drawing here on the channel. That doesn't mean I don't do drawings on paper, on like real ink. I do drawings in all the styles. But for the channel, for this type of drawing, I usually do the Photoshop. And I'm using the old version of Photoshop because I don't like the new version. And I got used to that. And I don't want to change. And basically, I kept doing the drawings on the Photoshop on the old version. This is the 7, Photoshop 7, I think. Okay, let's save another frame. on a JPEG file, 195. Go back to the layers. See what I did? Let me show you guys how I usually do the editing of the YouTube channel. So here are the files. So let's, for example, select these 5 files here. This one, this one, this one, this one. What I do is on another software, the editing software, I will just do an example here. Here are the files. Here are the base one. So I select the next one, then the next, and the next. They are all have to be on same position. So there is one thing wrong here. Is you see, on the editing, I would just keep adding files and files and files and files. Basically, that's what I do. I got this one wrong. Not saving. Let's go back to the PSD. As I mentioned in the other live streaming, I'm not gonna do all the drawing because it takes too much time. I will just do a bit by day. So I will do the ear. Oh man, I did in the wrong layer. Here. So I will do the ear here, and then I will stop the live streaming, okay? And then later on I will continue. Maybe today, even today, I can start again. today later on. That's it, guys. Layer is done. Let's flatten the layers, save the file, JPG file 196, and that's it. Let's go back to the layers, and we're done for today. Hope you guys enjoy the live streaming. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, give it a like, everything you already know. I hope you guys like it. Leave a comment. It's important for you guys to leave a comment so I can manage what I'm doing right or if I'm doing something wrong. Okay? See you next time, people.